From a researcher perspective, we ensured this task would include specific signs with a high likelihood of error to generate suitable data for analysis. In the following clips, we introduce the main areas of error in AUSLAN, some explained by proficiency levels and some by ease of use. It was important in analysing the task's effectiveness to also touch briefly on the limitations of the study, including the small sample size, the lack of conversational flow in our task, and the varying fluency of our participants.
When first starting to learn a signed language, the movements and shapes required can feel strange and unusual. This is where we most commonly see the errors in learners of signed languages, H-O-L-M-E. Handshape, orientation, location, movement, and expression. These are the things that define one sign from another. Handshape is the first area for mistakes. In our task, we saw cases of this, like how 11, which is a two-fingered sign, changed into a full-handed duck. Orientation is the next area that errors are seen. We had one case of this where that palm down sign of lunch turned into the palm towards sign, lesbian. The location in space that the sign is performed. This is a common area for mistake. However, it isn't always the learners that make the mistakes with location. When a signer gets more comfortable with the language, the signs can often become lazy and will sign last week as last week. This is seen a lot in the younger population of signers. In our task, we saw vodka being signed too high. This would have still been understandable with context, but wouldn't be seen as correct. Facial expression is the last area that can change the meaning of a sign. For example, ugh, stop staring. Versus, how you doing? For our task, however, the methodology was limited due to the experience of the signers involved. This restricted the full expressiveness of a conversation. However, we found that there was lots of use of facial expression to show how the learners were feeling. The first signer showed their understanding and confidence when first seeing the signs. This then translated into concentration when passing the signs on. The second signer very clearly showed the confusion and lack of confidence in the signs that were being passed on to them. These were all very common mistakes that are made by learners of AUSLAN. As a person becomes more proficient in AUSLAN, their errors either come from laziness, as mentioned earlier, or from signs that have been used in an incorrect context. In AUSLAN, context is very important, as a lack of context can result in a complete communication breakdown. Having a group of mostly non-signers made this assignment tricky. However, we managed to still get the errors that it would be expected to see in AUSLAN as a second language user. For the errors that you would expect to see in a more conversational task, just watch this presentation again.